How you doing? How you be? Top to the AB in gaming news. Well, my mind just completely went blank. Actually, in gaming news, Hello Kitty and Friends has a trailer. I don't even know what that's about, but I guess we're gonna find out. A PS6 reveal trailer, as well as Path of Exile Crucible, right after this. Hi, I'm Anthony, and if you are new here, consider subscribing. We actually troubleshoot and help people with their technical issues and PC gaming issues, and subscribing will help us grow the channel and help more people. Thanks. Forum. How you doing? How you be? Top to the AB, and I hope everybody had a good day at work. Hope everybody had a good day at school or college. My name is Anthony, or TheOpenForum, and we are gaming adjacent. We essentially troubleshoot videos and help people with their technical issues and PC issues and any type of other technical issues that you can think of. My name is Anthony, and oh my goodness, we gotta talk. So I have to stop breaking this chain of so basically what ends up happening is whenever I get ready to start these streams, what ended up happening yesterday is that my graphics card just died on me and just showed a black screen. And so the only way to fix that was to reboot. But if in the event of rebooting, all of the tabs that we have up are private, so I lose them all. And to set them back up, it would have taken forever. And also to find them again. And I didn't know which ones I had because they're randomized. So yeah, it was a huge pain. I need to figure out a better way around that, but we'll eventually try to work it so that it's a little bit easier. Maybe try to do something that isn't in private mode, but we'll see how it goes. It's just that whenever it's not in private mode, it's just too many issues that can pop up. So we just kind of do it this way, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But without further ado, let's kick things off here. So yeah, we're totally gonna watch a Hello Kitty trailer. Okay, I haven't looked up Hello Kitty since I was I've never ever looked up Hello Kitty. I do know what it is though, so you know, we might as well go ahead and check it out and see if it is something interesting. Okay, let's do that, and then let's do this. Okay, so it's like most of that kind of genre. It's like an overload of your senses. You don't know what to do but smile and cheer and clap and everything like that. So oh wow, it's kind of, oh no, I guess it's not too bright. It's not too bright. I was looking at it, I was like, man, that's kind of bright. It's a little brighter than it normally is. Kind of. That wasn't a good sound. That sound scared the crap out of me. Okay, let me do this. There we go. That's better. That's kind of better. I just got shadows everywhere. Why do I have shadows everywhere? Okay, that's better. Kinda. Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. It's a little, yeah, there we go. Setup is worrying me a little bit, but yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, Hello Kitty and Friends Happiness Parade. That is totally a thing, and it's coming in April. So get ready if you want to. Next one up is the PS6 reveal trailer. Didn't know that was a thing. Yo, that looks kind of clean. Yo, he did an excellent job. That was a dope trailer. Even I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind a thin PS5. I mean, hey, these PS5s nowadays are so bulky, they need their own case. But something that skinny, that may be able to fit in a backpack. That's pretty sweet. So yeah, PS6 coming never. Maybe in like 4 years, but I don't see it coming anytime soon. All right, last one here is Path of Exile Crucible.
Hail, one of many. eons ago, my kind walked the molten surface of this world. Now, we seek a champion. You must endure the heat of the crucible. To forge weapons unlike any Raycast has ever seen.
Those are nice updates. Socket of Gems was supported by a level 10 decay.
The power of the Titans and bring obliteration.
I so want to do this. I just got Headhunter. I'm so ready. Wow, mastery overhaul. Okay. I find it interesting that they're showing Cyclone as much as they've nerfed it into the ground. Be like, here's Cyclone. Okay, Path of Exile Crucible. That actually looks pretty good. I can't wait to play it. Well, okay, obviously it's going to be in its own league, so I mean there won't be any headhunters at the beginning unless you are extremely lucky. But hey, Path of Exile Crucible, it is a thing, and it is happening April 7th. So April has a lot of good stuff coming out. Alrighty, let's get to helping people. So yeah, there's a lot of repeats because, you know, obviously we missed yesterday. So we can go ahead and get started here and put on something that's a little bit more comfortable for you. And let's get it popping. All right, so this is from AG Dolly Pals. LTE data on phone will not work. I think I remember this. Phone is a Moto G Pure, and the problem is, as described, I restarted my phone every day, so please don't tell me just to restart my phone. I took it to Xfinity support too, and they didn't do much at all. When I turned the data, okay, I remember this. And basically they were saying SIM card is connected, and yes, Xfinity is no longer a cable company, but a phone network. I'll just wait till my phone is paid off and then I'll get a new phone. They can't replace your SIM card. I would just see as the worst that could happen is they say no. They probably can, but I don't feel like going back over to the Xfinity store again for the second time in a week and waste more gas. My phone mostly works and I can still get the Xfinity everywhere Wi-Fi thing when I'm out, so I'll just wait. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, we appreciate the update, bro. If, you know, copy paste, Anthony. There's no reason to type a gigantic paragraph where you can literally copy paste. Put our shameless plug in there because that is an assist. Yeah, you do it, Luca. You get that assist trophy. I appreciate that. All right, we're gonna take that assist trophy. Thank you so much. Of course, you know, we can't really solve it because I think he just kind of gave up on life. Like, yeah, no, I'm not spending any more gas on this. I'm sorry, bro. It's like every time I go up there, it's $25. I'm not about to I done spend $50 trying to figure out this issue. I don't even care anymore. So I get that. So, you know, we have to let him do his thing, man. So AG Dolly, just let us know if you have any problems in the future. We will be around. Alrighty, so this is from JD007. No mic hearing from team player in PUBG with PlayStation 5. I upgraded to the PlayStation 5 and still I can't hear other team members in voice chat. During game and in lobby as well. Also, I can't hear random players as well during voice chat. I only see their mics blink next to their names, but I can't hear them. Okay. So ran into a network issue while we were trying to download PUBG to troubleshoot this with you, but we will return tomorrow. In the meantime, in your settings, sound input devices, what does it say it's set to? Is it set to your headset or the controller? If it's the controller, then swap and see if it makes a difference. Then in audio output, make sure it's set to your headset as well. Keep us posted on if this works. And in audio output, I have set all audio output to headset as well, including game sound and voice chat as well, means all audio to headset. Okay. All right. Let me see if anybody else. No, it's just us talking. Okay. All right, cool. This is where we left off at, right? So we had the PS5 and we had PUBG. Now we actually have it installed. Yeah, that's the right game. All right, so let's actually get into here and let's see if we can see if there are some settings that maybe he's missing, because he says it only happens in one game. We want to verify that before, but let's see if there's any settings here that he can change. Okay. All right. Is this actually, I guess it's playing music in the background. I can't hear anything, which is probably for the best. Come on. Can I press start yet? No. Any day now? Okay. Come on. Oh, there it is. Now I can hear. It was acting like it was playing sound, but it wasn't. It's kind of weird. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, sure. Let's go. Wow. Okay. So we have to wait. I didn't know PUBG takes this long to load. It's supposed to be a PS5. It's supposed to be faster than this. No. No. Yes, but no on this hair. Oh. Wow. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. What? Let's see here. Oh, can I just press start to get there? No. Okay. Any day now. Huh. No, nothing works. Oh, from the thing. Okay, there we go. All right, how do we play? X, right? Why can't I move? This is driving. Oh, okay, I see. Why did it just do that? I'm not trying to go through training. I'm trying to. Okay, obviously I have never played or been here before ever, and this is truly frustrating. Reputation, wardrobe, contraband, workshop, store. Okay. Oh, I have to do the training first before I can do anything? Basic training, yeah. Okay. Oh god, I don't want to actually get into a match. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, maybe this will actually get me to the settings, because apparently Start didn't want to do it. Okay, just let's give it some time here. I don't have plans on playing this, by the way. I'm just doing it just so we can help this guy. Okay. Okay, I don't think there are any. Are there not any settings? That's for a screenshot. Are there really no settings? Inventory, gear. Okay, I guess not. All right then. How do I? Okay. Must be one of those things that I'm just gonna have to investigate, because this right here is cray-cray. I was just hoping that it was gonna be something easy, but apparently it's not. Okay, no. All right, let's just troubleshoot it just the techie way, because this is... Okay, I'm already frustrated with this game. I just started it. All right, so audio in, audio output, I have set to all audio output to headset, as well as including games and voice chat as well. And he said that I upgraded to PlayStation 5 and still I can't hear other team members in voice chat during game and in lobby as well. Also, I can't hear random players as well during voice chat. I only see their mics blink next to their names, but I can't hear them. Please, someone do suggest me a fix for this. Okay. What happens if you set the audio to your... can't you just do it to your PS5? I feel like you can. So like when we were here, or not really here, but when we were in our settings, I know that you can actually have the sound play out audio output device. Switch audio output device. Output to headphones. All right. Input device. Microphone on controller. Okay, let's go back. So, and in all audio output, I have set all audio output to headset as well, including game sounds and voice chat. Okay, so what happens if you set the audio to, okay, what kind of headset is this first off? I can't hear team members. Mic blinks, it would be a waste of money. What kind of headset are we dealing with on this one? What are your options in the audio output as well as the audio input? Do you have other options outside of all? All right, so yeah, we'll go with that. So yeah, it appears that whenever we're looking at from PUBG, there just wasn't a whole lot of options there, and so let's just troubleshoot it just from the outside, just from the PS5 perspective itself. Let's see if he has other options of audio inputs that he can choose as well as audio outputs that he can choose. And also we do want to know what games does this work in. Do you play any other games? Other games? Are they working as well? Are they not working as well? Not. There we go. So yeah, and also see if there's any other games here. Let me turn this AC on. Turned it off for 2 seconds and got hot. Okay, do you play any other games? Are they not working as well? So I know he mentioned that, you know, he has other games, but he wasn't specific. So I wanted to see if there's another game that's similar where he's having the same problem. So it's kind of an interesting one. We don't know exactly what kind of headset he's using, whether or not it's Bluetooth or if it's going directly into the controller. So we need a little bit more information so we can figure out exactly what inputs he has to choose from, because it may be a situation where we can make him switch between one to the other in order to test that it's working, and then switch back to the original one and see if that fixes the issue. So there's a couple different ways we can play him, but the best thing we can do for him right now is get more information. Alrighty, let me close that up. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go to the next one here. So yeah, JD007, man, keep us posted. Just need a little bit more information from that one, and I also need to figure out how the heck to get to the option menu in PUBG. Trying to do that off the rip was probably stupid. I should have done that before I started the stream, but I just thought it was going to be like any other shooter game where you just press start and go to the settings, but apparently not. You have to get basic training before you can get into the options. All right, so this is Furby for scale. Okay, so I think Furbies aren't good against fire, but okay. Wow, that is actually a gigantic PC. It's basically, it looks like three 120s in the front, three 120s in the top, and then he has a very I was gonna say small, but it's probably not small in reference because that's a pretty big Furby, but still nice build, bro. Does he have better pictures or more pictures? No, he just has that one. Okay, cool. But it looks nice. I like it, especially when he's able to run 4 sticks of RAM, which makes me feel jealous. What kind of computer does he have that can run 4 sticks of RAM? Oh, 5600. Okay, that makes sense. The 7000 series, nor can the newer Intel series. None of them can run 4 sticks of RAM without crying like a little baby. Nice build, bro. Congrats. Build, bro. Congrats. I want 4 sticks of RAM. All right, Belgian Waffle Stomper. Nice name. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. All right, so this is from Basud Muji. We'll go with Muji. This is from Muji. My laptop fell on the floor shortly after it started going to sleep mode randomly. You put your laptop to sleep. My laptop fell on the floor and now it goes sleep more randomly. I've asked a lot of people and changed every possible setting shown online, but no solution. I'm convinced that it's a physical damage, so if there is anyone who can at least tell me which part of the laptop is responsible for making this happen, I think we will be glad. Also, the light of the power button goes on and off randomly while I work. Lenovo ThinkPad 460p. What? Is that what it is? A Lenovo ThinkPad 460p? I don't know of a 460p. Okay, so just, you know, your typical Lenovo ThinkPad. Okay, well, do you run your laptop plugged into a wall, or do you use the battery? Sounds like the battery may have gotten jarred loose, loose. You can go to your, what's it called, power options. I'm just gonna assume it says power options, but here, we'll check it real quick just to be on the safe side. Windows 10. I think it's called power something, power, edit power plan. Edit power plan. Okay. And internet. You can go to your edit power plan from the start menu and turn off all sleep options to see if the device still goes to sleep. Yeah, so that's what I would do here. So I would basically turn off all my sleep settings to see if it actually turns itself off. If it does turn itself off, then it's a possibility that you may have jarred loose the battery. And if you have jarred loose the battery, you may even try to reseat it to see if you can get it to have a better connection, or replace it if it's damaged. So that's what I would think here. I would think that if it's shutting off, it may present itself as going to sleep, but it's actually shutting itself off because the battery itself may be loose or jarred loose. So that's what I was thinking the first time you mentioned that. So Mr. Muji, keep us posted, bro, but that's what I think the issue is. All right, let's go ahead and go to our next one here. ThinkPad. Yep, we've worked ThinkPads before. Hey. Oh, hey. So this is our chat. Okay, hey. So this is from us, and he said, hey, he said, I saw your comment on my post regarding PUBG no voice chat issue. I was wondering if you could help me out. I'm still not getting any hearing from team members in squad matches. I only see their mic blink and little sound of voice, but can't understand complete voice because it's always lagging and crappy. Of course we can help you. Of course we can help you. My apologies. My computer stopped working right when the stream was about to start yesterday, but I am live today and just updated your case. Let us know. Let us know there or here. I see both. Anyways, I see both. I don't know how to do a thumbs up. I don't know how to do the icon for thumbs up. I'm very adept with the thumbs up icon, but yeah. So now people are posting in our own chat. Oh, somebody's making progress. One person at a time, but hey, it's still progress. I'll take it. All right, group 1 is done. Group 2, let's get it popping. Group 2, Jubilant Fire. I like the name. M.2 SSD not detected in disk management or BIOS. I have a Crucial MX500 M.2 SSD. A lot of people do. They don't make this particular model anymore, but it was compatible with the Asus X470i motherboards, second M.2 slot being a SATA drive. I took it out a while ago to move some storage, but now when I put it back in, it is not detected. The GPU runs at PCIe X8 mode like it is supposed to when there is an M.2 drive in the slot, as opposed to X16 when nothing is in the slot. So it detects something at least, but it does not show up in BIOS or disk management. Thanks for the help anyway. Sure. Disk management. Well, sure. Did this, or was this drive set up in any kind of RAID? Do you have an NVMe enclosure so that you can plug this guy into a USB port on your PC? Oh, Did you make any changes to your BIOS? So he says it's not in disk manager. As soon as I read that, I thought he said device manager, meaning that he didn't see it in device manager. But then I was going to bring up disk manager. But if he doesn't see it in disk manager, that's usually not a good sign. That means that that it's either detected or corrupted or something along those lines. I've run into this problem too. My NVMe is right here. Right here. I guess at this point I keep it for sentimental value, mostly because it's freaking 4 terabytes. Look at this, man. Or if you can see it. Yes, 4 terabyte NVMe. And this is what I was using to store all my videos and stuff. And okay, so whenever my ITX build died on me, this guy was in it. And basically I took it out and tried to put it in my new rig, the one that's all fancy now. And it would not detect this stick. No matter what I did, it would not detect it. I've updated the BIOS. I had the original BIOS that came with the motherboard. Didn't matter. It would not detect it. Doesn't matter which slot you put it in. So I got smart. I was like, okay, well, let me take this guy and then let me go ahead and plug this into a USB slot. So I put in an NVMe enclosure and then plugged it into USB-C port. Still wasn't detected in device manager or disk manager, which had me worried a little bit. But at the same time, it knows something is there, because whenever you're well, okay, well, maybe it doesn't know something is there. It's like it sees it in device manager and it tries to format it in disk manager, but it can't format it and it throws an error. Okay, so it makes me think that there's something wrong with it, which worries me. But I ordered another one, but I can't get rid of it because I think that if I just got my ITX board back, but I haven't created a build yet. I have plans on creating a build over the weekend, and then I'll try it and see if it actually works. But yeah, this happens a lot, and it's starting to happen more frequently, and it worries me a little bit, because when you take your NVMe's out of your motherboard that they are accustomed to, for some reason now they hate the world. So if you run into this situation, just be aware that NVMe's don't like getting taken out of motherboards. Apparently they have mods of their own and they know who they like, or I don't know. It's just it's just one of those things that's been happening lately. So yeah, but yeah, I would say plug this guy into a USB port on your PC. Did you make any changes to your BIOS? Is that it? Sure. Was this drive set up in any kind of RAID? Do you have an NVMe enclosure so that you can plug this guy into a USB port on your PC? Did you make any changes to your BIOS? Yeah, we'll go with those 3. And yeah, just keep us posted, because, you know, we need to know a little bit more information on this guy before we can actually proceed. But yeah, the X470, X570s worry me a little bit. And I'm wondering if, you know, some of them are starting to have problems with the SSDs when they start to be removed, or they may have shorted as well. It just kind of depends on the situation. But yeah, it's not looking good for your NVMe. Same way it wasn't looking good for mine. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Won't hear a thing. Okay, so won't hear a thing says Elite controller button stuck registering. Oh, I remember this. So I think we talked about this. Well, what happens if you pair your Elite controller to another device like your phone, then pair it back to the Xbox by plugging in the cable? Also, the screen you are showing us is actually the screen of a PC. Are you trying to pair this guy with a console or with Bluetooth to your PC? Because if it's to a PC, there are a few extra steps you need to take, including installing the Xbox Accessories app. What happens if you plug your controller in directly to the console? Does the issue go away? I tried to on console and it just started when I was playing a game. As I said, I hard booted my Xbox, so whenever I tried to sign in, it made me retype in my Wi-Fi, but it kept pressing the start button, so it enters and I can't sign in. Oh, okay, I see. So then he tried his PC because, okay. So, okay. So your PC and your console both show the button as pressed in. So the first thing I was thinking of is drain the battery, but it's really hard to drain the battery of an Elite controller. So these guys here, these Elite controllers, they don't really have a way to just straight up drain them. So if you look at the back there, all it is these buttons and contact points. There isn't a way to straight up drain the battery. So you have to kind of just keep it on and just let it die on its own. I was thinking that maybe draining the battery may help him out a little bit, but let's see here. Sorry, something's in my eye. Okay, so let's see. I can't even sign in because I hard rebooted my console and it's stuck on the menu button. Okay, so, oh yeah, so it's telling you that the start button is pressed. Oh, I see. Well, okay, let's try this. Let's try to trick it. This is what we used to do. So, so back in the day, we used to, in order to fix an issue, you basically do the exact same thing that would break the issue. So for example, if for his situation, it shows that the button is pressed. So to fix this issue, press the button, unhook it while still holding the button, and then hook it back in, and then unpress the button and see if that fixes the issue. Does that make sense? It's kind of basically you're trying to trick the device. We'll see if it works. I think it's worth a shot here, and then kind of go from there. Okay, so your PC and your console both show the button as pressed in. Correct. What I would say is this: press the start button that is telling you it is pressed, then unhook the controller while still holding the button down. Holding the button down. While still holding the button down, then reconnect the controller. Wait about 3 seconds. Actually, let's say 5 seconds. Let's be on the safe side. Let's wait about 5 seconds, then let the button go. See if this fixes the issue. If it doesn't, I would say drain the battery and then try, which is a pain to do, but keep us posted if neither work. So yeah, that's what I would say. I would say try to drain the battery, or do the trick that we just talked about, where you press the button down, then you unhook it, then you plug it back in, and then you let go of the button. Those are the two that I think of. Ooh, what did I sell? Those are the two that I think of when somebody's telling me this kind of an issue, is that I think that, you know, maybe the button itself is glitched or is pushed down all the way or something along those lines. But, you know, this may turn into an RMA more than likely, but we can at least try a few different things. If these two don't work, then more than likely it's going to be an RMA regardless. So, you know, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and move to the next person. Okay, let me check one thing real quick here. Okay, cool. So this is from Silent Gamer PLS. PC gamers in 23. Wow, Anthony, Jesus. PC gamers in 2023 be like this. 64 core CPU, 24 gig, 4090 RTX, 128 gigs of RAM. I wish I had 128 gigs of RAM. 8 terabyte NVMe SSD. I wish I had an 8 terabyte NVMe SSD. The Last of Us Part 1 PC port runs at stable 30 FPS in menu screen. That's actually quite true. A lot of times people have like the best graphics just to run. Like, for example, Genshin Impact only runs at 60 and it doesn't go any higher. So you know, you might get the best graphics and everything, but that thing could have ran on a 1080 just fine, chilling, you know, still give you all 60 of those FPSs that you wanted, because it can't even go any higher even if it wanted to. So, you know, a lot of times you run into that, but I don't think everybody is trying to play Last of Us Part 1. I mean, I get that it's excellent, but some people play Witcher, so you know, you gotta get Witcher in there a little bit. Oh, you know what? Speaking of this, you know, okay, so we watched the video, right, on the Legend of Zelda Tears of a Kingdom, and if y'all don't know, it's getting ready to be released. Let me actually pull this up so everybody can see what I'm talking about here. Zelda Tears of a Kingdom, right? So images. All right, so yeah, we'll just click on this. This is fine. All right, cool. So Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, right? I was like, man, this is really cool. They had like a nice little video trailer and showing all the things that Link can do on this game. The only thing that kept coming to mind and I kept thinking about was like, oh my God, this game would look amazing on a PC. And that's so crazy. Like, for example, the Breath of the Wild has looked so much better on the PC port. We'll call it port, okay? It looked so much better on the PC port. I really truly hope Nintendo creates a bargain with Microsoft or anyone with better graphics so they can get it on a console it deserves. I feel like a lot of these games that are coming out for Nintendo just deserve so much better. I think that if like for example, Zelda is a very, very good example. You can also throw in some of like the Metroid games as well. But those kind of games, man, I feel like they have outgrown, Pokemon have outgrown the Switch. Just completely outgrown it. And I think that they need to either A, come out with a better version that handles graphics better, or B, allow other consoles to actually run some of those games, particularly Zelda and Pokemon, because Pokemon's so bad that it has to load the game. You're like, hold on, let me think about it. Like, I get you want to play, but hold on, let me think about this. Like, Pokemon is really, really bad when it comes to running it on the Switch. So I just think that those two games, like, I would just love to see them on PC. They'd be so much better. And it just worries me that they will never get that shine because the console that they are always on holds them back. And I get that plays to the art style of Zelda and Pokemon, but Pokemon has gotten so big and there's so many different Pokemon that you have to figure out a better way than the Switch, because the Switch is just not doing either of them any justice. So yeah, that's my take on it. I really hope that they come out with something, and I just don't want it to be underground anymore. You know what I mean? Like, people know how to do it, but they don't want to talk about it because it's underground, and Nintendo is horrible at suing people, or I guess excellent in their case, but horrible for everybody else. So you know, so it just worries me a little bit, but I would love to see this on a PC. Alrighty, what were we talking about? I lost track. Okay, we talking about the Elite controller, and oh yeah, we were talking about the PC gamers. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that was cute. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Alrighty, Boat Fan 254. Google won't let me download certain apps. Okay, so we're switching the software. Then I go to download certain apps. It will not allow me to download. It just shows an error screen that says try again, but only for some apps I was able to download before. Okay, well, well, typically when somebody says this is either firewall or DNS, but yeah, let's try. Okay, so what happens if you try a different browser? Does the download work? And yes, I misspelled different and I'm okay with it. What happens if you try Chrome in incognito mode? Does the download work? Is that it? I feel like that's the only two things to say. Oh yeah, we can say that. Go to start CMD and type ipconfig /all and tell me what your DNS is set to. Is it Google or is it something else? Okay, let me tell them what Google is. 8.8.8.8. Well, 88's 8. I'm sorry, my microphone is in my way. 8.8.4.4 is Google. Okay, so yeah, you know, go to CMD command prompt. If any, oh no, I can't show that because obviously it'll show my IP address in my DNS and that would be bad. But yeah, if anybody else is having this issue, yeah, you can just go to command prompt and then type in ipconfig all and see who your DNS servers are. You might want to change to Google in order to get that going. If anybody has any questions on how to do that, I can show you. You just go to control panel. Why am I saying it when I can show it? You can go to control panel. And instead of hardware where we go to network and sound, network and sharing center, and then change adapter settings. And then from here, we click on our whichever one is active, which in this case here is our Ethernet 5. And then we go to properties, and then we go to TCP IPv4, and this is where you change it. And then you hit OK. And then I would say just easier to go ahead and reboot, but you don't have to reboot. You can actually just do a ipconfig /flush DNS, all one word, and that will actually do it as well, or you can just reboot. and that should change your DNS servers for you. So let me go ahead and close that out, and let me go ahead and get back to work. Okay. Oh, did I press the wrong button? I feel like I did, but I didn't press the wrong button for you. I pressed the wrong button for me. Alrighty, so yeah, that's what I would say for this one. This sounds like, well, we could take it apart. So basically the best way to take it apart is to try a different browser or try private mode in Chrome and see exactly what you get and go from there. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Oh, he has a solved one. Every time I open my Xbox, I keep getting the Connect to Xbox Network banner on my menu, and I can't open Game Pass or the Microsoft Store or see my games library. And whenever I try, it says for this, you need to be online. So with this one here, you can do a network test from the settings by going to settings, network test, network speed test, and statistics, and see what it returns. Also, if the Xbox is wireless, I wowould try to connect it wired to see if it makes a difference. Thankfully, issue resolved itself when I turned it on today. Thank you so much, though. Okay, we'll take the assist trophy. I mean, Luca, you give him an assist trophy. I don't know how I feel about it, but sure. I mean, okay. Do I feel a little slighted? Kinda, but normally we do tell people to reboot, but you know, I'm okay with that one because it didn't look like, you know, we were just totally like, oh no, I rebooted and it fixed itself. It just said, you know, he shut it down and he turned it on today and it was working. So I'm guessing he had a network issue and it resolved itself, or he may have rebooted his router, or his router may have rebooted, or his internet service provider may have something to do with it. But we'll call it an assist trophy and take our slight assist trophy, and we'll move on. So we're working on 2 assists today. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's like the start of a first quarter. Glad you got it working, bro. By the way, and shameless plug. Let's do this. Let me open it up here and let's get some copy paste action. Oh. There we go. Copy. By the way, paste as plain text. There we go. Alrighty, so yeah, Juicebox Jesus. I'm glad you were able to get that resolved, man. All right, group 2 is done. Let's go ahead and hit up group 3 and see what's going on. Zelda, let me close you out. All right. Ooh, VPN. ExpressVPN works for streaming on Android TV, but not my phone. I'm trying to use ExpressVPN to stream Peacock. It works on my TV Android, but when I try using the exact same server to stream to my phone, I get an error about US roaming. Please send help. So, okay, let's talk about this. All right. So ExpressVPN. So with ExpressVPN or just any VPN, you're basically connecting to a server or a proxy essentially that is basically providing a tunnel from you to whoever you're trying to reach as the destination. So it's the one that's actually creating the tunnel for you. So in this particular case here, if you're having an issue with your phone and your phone sees you for who you are and not the VPN, then then I would make sure that the proxy is set to a site that's in the United States. So first, I would make sure ExpressVPN is giving you an IP that is within the United States. You can see this by taking the IP address given to you and going to Google and typing IP lookup. This will tell you the origin of that IP address. If it's not from the US, get another one. So typically when that happens, whenever you run into this type of situation where it actually sees you for who you are and not the necessarily VPN, either A, the VPN isn't actually established, because if the VPN is established, then it would actually see the source IP address of the VPN. So the actual VPN server, it would actually see that guy and it won't see you at all. But if it actually does see you, that means that either A, the VPN isn't established, or B, the IP address that you're using, that you're pulling from the pool from the VPN server or the firewall is not actually from the United States. In other words, if you look up that IP address, it may tell you the information, and the information is saying that it's actually from a different country. And or Or there can also be a third one in that Peacock, well, okay, this whatever service you're trying to stream from does not allow you to do that. Whatever it sees a VPN, it just kicks you out. That's a possibility as well. But you said it does work on your Android, but Androids are kind of stupid. Not that the phones themselves are stupid. It's just that the like for example, my TV, like the processors that are used to run apps on televisions are not as smart as phones. Does that make sense? So it's a possibility that it may work on that, because that is like for example, here's a very good example: the iPad versus a computer. So like, for example, MacBook Pro. So Genshin Impact works on the iPad, but it doesn't have an application for the MacBook Pro. It's very similar to that. Whereas the weaker application that isn't exactly a full-size computer, it has no problems on that one, but whenever you move it to something that's a little bit more robust, like a phone, that's when you start to have a problem. So it could be that, but I seriously doubt it's that one. But I just want to keep my options open. But it's not enough for me to tell him that. It's like a 5% chance or less. But I have run into situations, particularly with programs and shows like the NBA. Like, for example, the NBA has contracts with different countries. Like, for example, Texas. They may have a like Texas Southwest or whatever that they may have a contract with, and only air it in there. Even though I'm paying for NBA Live TV, I can't actually get it to show that game because it thinks that I'm in that area. They're like, okay, well, if you're already in that area, you should be watching Bally Sports Southwest in order to see this and not the NBA, even though you paid for this. So I run into this a lot, and the best way to fix that is to just set up a VPN, and then it'll think that you're in a different area, therefore it won't tell you to, you know, try to go to the Bally's whatever. So that happens a lot, and you run into this a lot. However, if it is telling you this, then I will look up the IP address that it's giving you, because more than likely it's not from the United States, and that's what the server is seeing, because it's going to be seeing, if the VPN tunnel is established, it's going to be seeing the public IP address that the proxy VPN has given you. That's what it's going to be seeing. So if it's seeing that, it's looking that guy up and it's saying, hey, the geolocation for this doesn't match up, because when I look at this guy, it says that it's from Canada or someplace outside of the United States. Okay, well, did we go far? Yes, but did I go too far? I don't think so, but I think we went a little in on that one. But you know, that'll at least point him in the right direction, because I don't think anybody else is going to talk about it, so I might as well. But yeah, that's essentially what those guys do. That's how these proxy VPNs work. Alrighty, it's Sizzy B. Hope that helps. Alrighty, and we are back to SFF. Okay, cool. I like SFF. Okay, I think we already saw this before, or maybe I saw this yesterday, but we'll still look at it. I mean, okay, so he has a Lian Li A4H2O. It's very pretty. As you can see here, he has it set up just going underneath his desk, and he has a really, really clean setup, and that's what I remember. Oh, and he has the i9. I remember this box. This box is so cool. It's so much cooler than the crappy Ryzen boxes they give you. If you compare it to those Ryzen boxes back there, it's so much better. Like, I always thought that box was really, really cool for like the 13 series and the 12 series. When that box came out, I was like, oh, that's the dopest box they've ever come out with. But you know, I still went with AMD. Don't ask me why. I'm still regretting it to this day. but yeah, you know, congrats. And it looks like we had okay, so, oh yeah, you just need a USB hub that you would mount under the desk and you're good to go. Nice build, bro. Okay, so yeah, he was asking about some issues with power and USB facing ports. And he said, yeah, that is what I'm looking for now, but I want a USB 3.1 Gen 2 only hub. No need of HDMI or other stuff, and I can't find it. USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type 2, 3.1 Gen 2, that's 10 gigabits per second. If I remember correctly, because USB 3 Type 1 is 5, so USB 3.1 Gen 2 would be 10. So USB 3.1 Gen 2 and only USB hubs. Maybe I can help him. I don't think so. USB 3.1 hub. USB 3.1 hub. I don't know why I am 3.1 Gen 2 hub. Yeah, okay. Wow, Anthony, you know that right off the top of your head. 3.2 Gen 2 hub, 10 gigabits per second. Okay. Okay, maybe we can't point him in the right direction. I was pulling it up so that doesn't show anything crazy, but we can look this up. USB 3.2 Gen 2. That is going to be 10 Gbps. So, Amazon 3.2 Gen 2 hub. All right. That's USB 3. USB 3. Okay, maybe he's telling the truth. I don't think this is gonna be very easy, because a lot of them are just gonna be straight up USB 3 Gen 1, so 5 gigabits per second, and they're not gonna deviate from that unless you force them. Yeah, he's right. It's gonna be really hard to try to find something like that. I don't even know if mine is like that. I can't even remember what color it was when I looked on the inside, if it was blue or red. But yeah, all of these here just kind of say the same thing. If y'all want to see, looking at Amazon products is kind of boring, so I didn't want to disturb you watching the game. Yeah, I just don't think we have a whole lot of options here. This is really cool though. What is this? Oh no, it's just USB 3 though. Oh, it's a USB 3 with a battery. Okay, well that is really cool, because I like how they look. They're very, very pretty, but that doesn't help us in our situation though. Yeah, he's right. He's right. This is gonna be hard. I don't know. USB 3.2. Oh no. So a lot of times they'll say this, right, where it's like USB 3.2 Gen 2 hub, but it also says 3.1 because technically it does work for 3.1 because it's backwards compatible, right? But it doesn't. Okay, super speed USB splitter up to 10 gigabits per second with power adapter individual switches. Oh, it's a switch. Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, maybe he's right. Okay, we're already on page 3, so let's just call him right and call it a day. Okay, so this one? Yeah, we tried looking on the stream and gave up after page 3. Oh, sorry about that, bro, but there are plenty of 5 Gbps hubs available for purchase. Smiley face, there we go. But yeah, I don't know of any off the top of my head that would be 10 gigabits per second compatible. Now, if we switch it to Thunderbolt, there are some that are Thunderbolt 3 compatible, especially when you think about like eGPUs and stuff like that. But eGPU and Thunderbolt 3, I think it's 20 gigabits per second. It's not 10. But at the same time, you could use, okay, maybe I do know one. Crap. I do know one. It's on my account though. I don't remember the name. Oh, hold on, let me check real quick. I remember it's coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. Let's see. It is hub. Okay, that is not a hub. Just give me 1 second here while I hunt this down to help out our friend here. I don't remember how far back this goes. Okay, maybe it's gonna go really far back. Okay, here, let me change it to Mac. It's for the Mac, but it's a docking station essentially, but you can use it as if it was a hub. And this guy here supports Thunderbolt 3, which would be 20 gigabits per second. Yeah, let's give him this. So, oh, I can't give him links, but I would just give him the name. Dual monitor. Copy. All right, so where is he at? Right here. Okay, so edit. This is the one I use for my Mac, but it's more like a hub than a more like a docking station. than a hub, but it's pretty reliable for what it does. So this guy here, the reason why I'm bringing this up and the reason why I spent some time to try to find this is this guy is sweet. So let me actually show y'all what I'm talking about here so you guys can get an idea of how cool this guy is. So well, I can just take the link because this is gonna take forever. Copy, paste. Make sure my name, just making sure my information isn't in it. Okay, cool. So yeah, this guy right here is sweet. So the reason why this guy is so sweet is because one, it comes out, okay, one, look at the ports. So it has a two USB 2 ports, one USB 3, it has LAN, it has two 4K displays, and then it has these two USB-C ports that go into your PC, and then it has a DC in, okay? And then on the other side, it has a USB 3 front port, an SD card, a USB-C with power with power up to 18 watts, and another USB-C port. This thing is freaking amazing because what ends up happening is these two USB-C ports, what they actually do is they tear apart. So I showed this in one of our other videos, but essentially it's this cable. So let me switch here so you guys can see it a little bit better. So let me see. Oh, well. When you put it in manual, it makes it really hard. Okay, so y'all can see that. Okay, here, you know what? There it is. Kinda. Okay. It's this, essentially, but it's gonna be like that because this thing is set to manual. But essentially, this guy here, it breaks apart. So there's two of them. And you can actually separate them like this. And one is going in for the displays and the other one is for all the peripherals. So this guy here is really, really sweet because if you have more than one USB-C port, you can actually use them for both. But if you only have one, you can just use one and it's fine. And it's been very, very reliable. And on top of that, it gives him all the ports that he wants and then some. You know, it gives him some USB ports on the back and the front, and he can just have it set up underneath his desk. And then he also has an SD card reader, so it works out for everyone. So I would recommend something like this, though it is quite expensive. But this is what I use for my Mac. So you know, he may not need something this expensive, but that's what I would recommend. You know, if he really truly is trying to get something 10 gigabits per second or higher, I think he may either have to go 5 or 20 with Thunderbolt 3. I think that's what's going to end up happening with him. But you know, it is what it is. You know, how badly do you want that? How badly do you want that extra speed? You know, so yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So let's see. Let's go ahead and go to our next one here. Okay, that's good. All right, so this is from Shot Stock. Rate my PC. Give me your opinions. Well, my opinions are your fans are facing the wrong direction. My opinion is the bottom fans look like they are blowing down, and the side fans look like they are blowing outside of the case. At this rate, no air would be getting to your GPU as it's just being exhausted out the side and bottom. Do I realize that it's very hard to exhaust air out of the bottom of a chassis? Yes. However, that side is not going to help. So yeah, it's a little iffy there, from what I can see. But the side panel's off, so we can see inside. It looks cool. A custom loop, really great. Okay, maybe I'm just one tripping. Does anybody else see this? Need more fans. Your bottom fans are backward. They should be pulling air inward. Yeah, they're okay. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. So yeah, the side fans, it looks like it's pulling air outwards, and this one is pulling air inwards. So it looks like it's going to be negative air pressure, because as soon as this comes in, it's actually going to be going right out, because this guy here is actually blowing the air right back out, as well as this one here. So it looks like you don't have any air pressure actually going into. There's no positive air pressure here. So yeah, I would reverse all your fans, except for these front ones and the ones in the top, of course. But yeah, that outside of that, it looks really good. It's nice and pretty and green, though I'm not sure how long you're going to keep green. You're probably going to change it to like purple or something, because green is very aggressive. Red, green, and blue, they are super aggressive when it comes to coloring a case. Alrighty, Kurg Stabber. I feel like I just cussed. Did I just curse somebody out? Did I just stab someone? Curve Stabber said, not able to send messages in chat. I can't send any messages whatsoever in a group chat. I can play online multiplayer perfectly fine though, so I have no clue what the problem is. I check content restrictions and privacy settings and those are fine as well. I use a direct LAN cable straight to my router, which doesn't seem to have any problems. Not able to send messages in chats. Okay, what system is this? An Xbox? Okay. Do you mean inside a game or outside a game? Are you able to invite people to your party? I don't have a whole lot of friends on the Xbox, so I don't exactly have the ability to invite somebody to my party to test this kind of thing. But but I would imagine that he does because he's trying to talk to other people. I kind of gave up on talking to other people thanks to Overwatch. Overwatch, okay, let's talk here. Overwatch is that game that makes you hate talking to people online at all, like, because it's just okay. Here's the problem, okay? So I spent my entire gaming career, like my main Overwatch player was Moira, especially when she came out. So before that, it was like Mercy and Lucio. And then Moira came out and I've been a Moira main ever since, right? Well, here's the thing about Moira. Moira actually is DPS and healing. So like if we look at her character profile here, actually, we'll just do it this way. That way you can see it. Moira. Images. Yeah, this girl here. So Moira, okay, she doesn't look like that, but but that's Moira, right? So she heals and she deals damage. The thing about it is, if you've ever played any bit of Overwatch, and if you've ever played a healer, especially a healer that can deal damage, 9 times out of 10, if the party loses, they're gonna blame you. So it doesn't matter if your heals out heals the other healer as well as anybody else on the team, and it doesn't matter if your DPS out DPSs anyone on the team, they're gonna blame you because they feel that you didn't heal enough. It wasn't until Overwatch 2 where you can actually see the specs and see that some people didn't actually do because they show everybody's DPS and you know exactly what happened. So it wasn't until Overwatch 2 that people started to realize that people who were Moira mains were actually just doing better than them. And so then it got better. But at the same time, the level of toxicity in an Overwatch 2 chat is super high. So I would rather just, if I am playing competitive, I would rather play competitive silent than have to deal with the level of toxicity, because when things go bad, people don't rally. They just cuss people out. And I don't okay, I play games to have fun. I don't play games to get frustrated or get annoyed because you're trying to support. Like, I'm trying to play support. I'm trying to help people. I'm not trying to, you know, be yelling at somebody or cussing them out or they cussing me out. I ain't got time for that. I am almost 40. I don't have time to be sitting here and yelling at kids, man. It's just, I'm too old for it. So that's the way I've always looked at it. And Overwatch 2 is simply, that game alone has made me hate online chats. I would rather just have it be quiet and me just listen to the music or something. It's just, I don't know. Overwatch and Overwatch 2 just did it in for me. And Call of Duty, you can also say that one as well. But Call of Duty, you know, you can most of the time you can just mute the chat and everything is fine. So, you know, but Overwatch, I just completely just don't even bother joining the party anymore. If we lose, we lose. That's the way I feel about it, man. Because I can't do it no more, man. It's just, it's too much. It is too much. Alrighty, what is next? Not able to send messages in chat. Okay, yeah. So do you mean inside a game or outside a game? Are you able to invite people to your party? That was supposed to be a question mark, not a laugh. I was laughing at myself, but to him, it wasn't a laugh. Are you able to invite people to your party? Let me see if there's any other settings. What is he has, an Xbox controller. Oh, here it is. All right, Xbox. Wake up, Mr. Xbox. We need you. All right, so he's talking about in his chat. So let's see if there's anything here. How do you talk to people? Captioning, game and chat transcription. Oh, speech to text. That's what that is. Okay, never mind. Captioning, accessibility, preferences, capture and share, notifications, no. Device connections, no. Storage devices, blah, blah, blah. Account, no. General, personalization, safety, blah, blah, blah. Volume and audio output. He said he can't type on chat. So it almost feels like a block than anything. Personalized. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. It's a good one too. So do you mean inside a game or outside a game? Are you able to invite people to your party? How about this? Pair your Xbox to your phone temporarily and see if... Okay, I do realize that there's a chance that he may not have the ability to tether his Xbox to his phone, but it's okay to ask. I think a lot of people do have that privilege or have that ability nowadays. Pair your Xbox to your phone temporarily and see if the chats work. If they do, you may be blocking chats on your router. Okay, that's a good idea. So, you know, okay, the chances, okay, I think that people who have the ability to tether, and as well as the people who don't know they have the ability to tether, is like 60% at this point, because I think a lot of people do have that feature, they just don't utilize it. So I think that it's okay to go ahead and ask him if he has a phone and if his phone can pair with his Xbox and see if it makes the issue go away. If it does, then we at least know what we're troubleshooting. We're troubleshooting his router, and we're not troubleshooting the Xbox, and we don't have to waste any time with it. So that's what I would go with for this one here. So Kurg Staff, I'm gonna stop saying his name, man, because I feel like every time I say it, I get demonetized. Okay, Mr. Kurg, keep us posted, bro. All right, so this was won't... There's something in my face? Okay. I feel like there was a bug on my face or something. I guess not. Won't hear a thing says Elite controller button stuck registering. Oh, we already talked about this. It seems to his computer you can see the bottom bar. Yeah. His name is hilarious. But yeah. He already replied to that, so we'll just skip right past it. That's what happens whenever you miss a day. A lot of your questions that you pick up are repeats, and because they may reply twice because they're expecting you to reply the next day. So that happens every now and then. But you know, we'll work around it. I mean, I don't think that we have too many of those repeats, but you know, I'll fix it. No one will see it. No one will see it but me. Okay, so this is just JBOK. Hey, I like his name. It's very nice. It's not as bad as some of these other ones. Some of these other ones where you don't want to tell your boss your name. What's your username? JDB Pimpin 449. Like, sir, you have never pimped a person in your life. WTF is happening to my Xbox? Any game app I try to open, it comes up with an error code saying your game took too long to start. There was a problem launching your game. Your hard drive sucks. I've tried soft restarts, hard restarts, nothing fixes it. I sometimes even get an error message trying to open up settings. Attempt to carry out actions on my Xbox One S also takes much longer than necessary. Please someone explain to me what's going on. Xbox One S. I feel like we looked this up and it said that it comes with a SSD and not a hard drive, but I want to check again because I know one of these does. Xbox One S, does it come with SSD or hard drive? Upgrading the hard disk drive. Xbox One S from 1 terabyte. Okay. Hello everyone, I've been researching in quite a while information to upgrade the Xbox One S from a 1 terabyte HDD. Okay, so we're not going crazy. I had a feeling. I just don't know which consoles, because I've had PC for life. So we only got an Xbox to work these issues. So I can't remember off the top of my head which one had hard drives and which ones didn't, but we'll play with it. So with this one here, it appears well, the first thing that comes to mind is your drive may be full. The second thing that comes to mind is that you have a hard drive, most likely. If I would say to remove a few games from your hard drive to free up some space, and see if the remaining games play. If not, try a format of the hard drive. But if you have the spare money, you can replace with a SSD to see if it helps with the timeout error. So yeah, when your hard drive is timing out like that, or when your console is timing out like that, that means that it's unable to read from the drive. There can be a few reasons for that. It could be 1, the drive is full, or 2, the drive is corrupted, or 3, it's on its way out the door. Either way, regardless of what's happening there, we're still talking about a hard drive and that you're trying to load games off of. True, once you load a game, it actually is in memory and it's no longer on the hard drive, but the slowness that he's experiencing, the errors he's experiencing, meaning that he's more than likely having some type of a hard drive problem. So the best way you want to handle that is by replacing it with an SSD. Let's not play games here. So you would want to replace that with an SSD. Is the best way to go about it. But as far as troubleshooting the hard drive, if he doesn't want to do that, is to go ahead and remove a few of his games to see if he can get the other games that are still on the hard drive to play. If that doesn't work, he can go ahead and try to wipe the hard drive and see if that helps. So, you know, those are the 2 options if he wants to keep that hard drive. So, Mr. OK, keep us posted. Let's close this out. I don't know why I was looking at Forza Horizon, but okay. Did I reply? Yes. Okay, so this is from Randerson. Ooh, Lord. Horrible controller circulation input. I remember this. So this man here is playing MLB The Show. If y'all want to see it, I can show you. So this was from the other day, right? And so he plays like MLB The Show, and he has this situation. Oh, it does have game audio. Look at that. So he has a situation where he's trying to hit the ball, and as you can see here, it's having some issues with the controller. Like, it's not registering exactly how it's moving. So what we ended up doing here, we were like, okay, well, it appears the connectivity between the controller and the console is having a problem. What happens if you plug the controller in directly? Does the issue resolve itself? Also, you can calibrate your controller by going to settings, devices, and connections, as well as accessories. See if there's an update for your Elite controller, because there was for mine. There was one for mine. Also here, click on the beaker-like symbol to see if there is a delay even here. If you see there is a delay here, then it's not the game, but something between the 2 devices. Yeah, even when I plug them in, it doesn't change. Also, I sold back the Elite controller to Best Buy, LMAO, just because no matter what I would do, tune the sticks, plug it in, anything, it wouldn't help. I definitely understand. I am on my, which one is this? 3rd Elite controller. Glad you got it resolved, bro. Is that an assist trophy? Nah, it's not an assist trophy. We don't give easy assists here, so we're just gonna, it's not an L either. It's just, you know, I don't even have a word for it. It's just kind of, he just went left field. So, baseball joke. Okay, so there's something that needs to be said here. All right, okay, have I not, okay, let me think about the best way to say this, because I don't want to like poo-poo on an entire product. I've had, I say, about maybe 5 Elite controllers. I still hold the opinion that when it comes to the Elite controllers, I would say it's generally better to have 2 Xbox controllers than 1 Elite controller. And there's a reason for this. If you run into situations where like the right bumper, right trigger, left trigger, as well as him with his joysticks are having issues, there is very little you can do. You can usually go for an RMA, but now you're out of a controller. Whereas if you had bought 2 Xbox controllers, it may take 1.5 to 2 years for one to die, and you still got 1 left. So that's why I would still say that it is almost always a better option to buy 2 regular controllers than 1 Elite. I don't care if it's the Elite 2 or the original Elite. I feel the same way about both of them. I'm not really crazy about them. I like the fact that, where is it at? Right here. I like the fact that it's like nice and complete, and you know, you have all those extra buttons, but I don't even use those extra buttons because a lot of times you press them on accident. So like, for example, the typical reason why you have these buttons is for Final Fantasy, Path of Exile, and Lost Ark. So, or any game of that ilk, right? So those 3 games, if you press the wrong button, you're in trouble. So I don't use them as much because my hands are very, very big, and it's very, very easy for me to press those buttons on accident. I understand that people actually use them specifically for those buttons. That is the only reason why I would recommend them over 2 regular controllers. But for any regular person who may press these buttons in the back, I 100% recommend just buying 2 regular controllers than buying 1 Elite. That's how down I am on that product. It's not cool when you have it going into your PC and it starts to lose connectivity, and then you buy a Wi-Fi dongle and it still loses connectivity. The only time it has connectivity is when it's wired into your computer, or when you have it on your Xbox and it loses connectivity. It's a huge pain in the butt, and I've always been dealing with it, but their RMA process is stellar, so I would say that. But outside of that, man, me and Xbox, I don't know. These Elite controllers are kind of a pain. I prefer them over the PlayStation 5 controllers, but these controllers have never let me down, whereas the Elite controllers let me down all the time. So I don't even know what to say at this point. But yeah, that's how I feel about it, man. I really recommend, like, if somebody was to ask me to go with an Elite controller, I will almost always say just buy 2 regular controllers. It's just not worth it. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. So this is from Stoic J. My first packable PC for gaming on long hotel stays. What? Oh, okay. That is not an Oculus. What is it? Quest or something? I can't remember. But yeah, that's a VR headset. I thought it was a case for his computer, but it is not. It is not at all. I do like his build. Okay, here's the thing about these kind of PC builds though. I be putting like the strongest graphics cards known to mankind, but usually when you travel, you don't really have those kind of cards. You usually have like, or those kind of monitors. You usually have like a 1080p, 240, 120, 2K, 60, things of that nature. You usually don't have anything that's really higher than that because it becomes kind of bulky to take, and it needs more heating or cooling for the heat dissipation. So you know, you have like this super powerful graphics card that can run like 80 of these, but you only bring 1 with you, which is a little cray. But still, I like his setup. It's very portable and compact. Nice setup, bro. Very compact. So congrats to him. Nice build. If you want to see it, it looks like that. It is kind of a pretty picture, and that is his VR headset, not a backpack. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Alrighty, this is from Euphoric Elk. Alright, I like the name. I news help. I need help. I'm trying to stop the billing on this old account, but I don't remember any of the emails to put it in. Am I fricked? I keep getting charged $20 a month and it gets intense. I just don't have my account anymore. Well, if you feel that way, just dispute the charges. The account will close and you will get a new charge. Or I'm sorry, new card. So it won't be able to charge you anymore. Well, okay, so the reason why we say it this way is because it is very, very difficult nowadays to get into support for anyone. Facebook, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Instagram, TikTok, I don't care. It's very hard to get in contact with support these days because over the years and the way the economy has been set up, that those jobs have started to become obsolete in favor of jobs like what we do, where they'll have like a Reddit and they'll answer questions on the Reddit instead of talking to people directly. And you know, it just kind of is what it is nowadays, and it's starting to move away from that. And so, you know, a lot of people are losing their jobs because of it, and it's unfortunate, but that's what's happening. That's just the way of the world these days. They don't have a whole lot of support teams nowadays. And so that's the reason why we're just going to answer it as if we were the support to help them out here. Well, if you feel that way, just dispute the charges. The account will close and you will get a new card, so it won't be able to charge you anymore. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's probably the best way to handle this because obviously calling Xbox is a waste of time. So unfortunately, it's really hard, man. It's really, really hard to contact these console industries these days. It's very hard. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. This is from Egg Spoon. My Nintendo Switch thinks the power button is held down. So for months now, on my Switch's power button has been acting really weird. Oh, I remember this. So his Switch button is powered down. And because it's powered down, he can't do anything. So if you go to settings and then sleep mode, and we were talking about sleep mode and stuff like that, but I think he said something that countered all of this. He said the power button is completely ignored, so pressing it doesn't go to sleep mode. The console is already convinced it's being held down. Also, I don't see anything for when it's directly connected. So does it work? Does it even show a picture? If the power is pressed, then I worry it may not even turn on. Does the device power on when rebooted? Also, it just seems like a hardware, thus an RMA is probably going to be in your near future. Is the device still under warranty? It works. It just turns itself when coming out of sleep mode. You can plug it back in and boots up fine. It just means the sleep mode may as well not exist, as putting it in sleep mode will make it fully turn off next time you turn it on. And no, it's not under warranty. Okay. Okay, well, how about this? Kill the battery. The same thing we said to the other person with the Xbox issue. He has the same thing. Kill the battery and see if that resets the button for the Switch. Just leave it running on any game for 30 minutes. And there you go. LOL. Obviously, it takes a little bit longer than 30 minutes for the Switch to die, but we're just making a funny at the expense of the Switch. But yeah, I would say kill the battery and see if that resets the button, because it may be that the button is charged, and because of that, it's always charged and it's not turning itself off fully. I'm not even sure if the Switch likes turning itself off fully, so I would try that just to see if you can get that to work. But there's not a whole lot we can do on a hardware issue, you know. So we'll kind of point them in the right direction there, but keep us posted if that doesn't work. Mr. Spoon. All right, what time is it? Oh, we're doing pretty good on time. Alrighty, group 5. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, cool. Group 5. Good job, Nintendo marketing. I now want Prime 4 more than I want Tears of a Kingdom. This person is insane. So, but okay, sure. Metroid Prime looks pretty good. I want them both, but after February surprise Prime Remastered dropped, I've now played Prime Remastered and just finished Metroid Dread. Both are just absolutely amazing games, and Prime 4 is now my most wanted game. So good job marketing there, Nintendo. Shadow drop of Prime 4 is helping to make Prime 4 my most wanted game. No. No. I'm waiting on Zelda, and you can't stop me. But no, Metroid is dope though. I'm not even gonna lie. I have Metroid, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Switch controller. Where's my Switch controller? Is my Switch controller alive? Oh, yeah, it's way over here. Hold on. And it's connected to power. Okay. All right, Switch. Hey. We haven't used you in forever. Switch button. Hey. 2 for 2. All right, so yeah, I have Metroid. I feel like I do. Yeah, Metroid Dread. So I have Metroid Dread, but I haven't had a chance to play it. I want to, but I haven't had a chance to get to it. But I get his point. Metroid and Metroid Dread and all of the new releases for Samus is super awesome, especially if you're really a fan of the character. Like I like her character. And I mean, a lot of it came from Smash Brothers, but I mean, I liked her in Zero Suit as well as in the Samus suit. So, you know, it's kind of cool that they're coming out with new updates for Metroid Dread, but you know, I'm not about to pick it over Zelda. Come on now. Now, you know, there's certain games I might pick over Zelda, but that's not one of them. The only 2 games that I think of that are really just truly better than Breath of the Wild is Witcher, because it's more adult. It's more adult-like, and okay, maybe 3. Elden Ring and God of War, the new God of War. Those games are all better than Breath of the Wild. God of War, because it was so expansive. Like for example, the growth of Atreus was just great. I enjoyed watching the growth of Atreus and the growth of Kratos as well. He's come a long way from murdering people indiscriminately. So I'm very happy for Kratos. Now, of course, he still, you know, murders indiscriminately, but at least he has a little bit more tactness to it. He doesn't just straight up just go beating up somebody because he's upset. So hey, you know, I do like God of War. I guess for me, when it comes to RPGs and RPGs of that caliber, I like RPGs I can relate to more than RPGs I cannot. Zelda is no longer really a relatable game, nor has it ever really been a relatable game. I would say Ocarina of Time was a little bit more relatable because of the different nations, right? And all the different nations had different aspects about them, so it felt a little bit more grounded. But I think that Zelda, as well as Genshin Impact, sits, as well as Pokemon, sits in that realm where they don't want to go too far into a story because they worry that they will alienate people. And because of that, they don't go very far. Like, for example, like Genshin Impact has absolutely no depth when it comes to different cultures or different heritages, and they just, you know, they're going the Pokemon route where, you know, hey, just pick your character. We're not getting too deep into this. Nothing is deep. Okay, Black and White 2 was deep with the whole thing of, you know, imprisoning Pokemon. That got deep, but they canceled that real quick. They canceled that Christmas immediately and then went over to like, oh hey, we're back to very fun Pokemon. Everything is easy. And so is Genshin Impact, and so is Zelda. And they live in that space where they don't push the issue. They want to appeal to as wide an audience as humanly possible. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I tend to like games I can relate to in some sense. And those three games, you can't really relate to them. Not anymore. You know, so that's the kind of way I feel about it. But I think that Zelda will always be an excellent game. Like, I used to, like, when on my desk at work, I used to have I bought the collector's edition of the box of Zelda, and so it comes with the guy that with the octopus legs or whatever. So I used to have that on my desk as well as the box. It's probably still there. I don't think anybody would probably throw that away. But yeah, I bought the collector's edition of Zelda, but I didn't play Witcher 3 until after it's been out for like maybe a year. I didn't know Witcher 3 was so good until I actually played it, and I was like, dear God, the kind of stuff they were going through, like the Bloody Baron and all that kind of stuff they were going through. I was like, oh my Lord, what have I been playing? I've been playing Pokemon. I want this real stuff, man. I'm 30. I want this real type stuff. That's the way I felt about that Witcher, man. That Witcher was serious. They was talking about some adult stuff right there. But yeah, you know, Nintendo does Nintendo things. As president of Nintendo marketing, I promise to get that taken care of for you pronto. Full steam ahead on Prime 4 release now, team. But yeah, no, I'm still waiting for Zelda, bro. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. So this is from Intelligent Store, and he says, my Steam always disconnects. All right, cool, we're back on Steam. Stream. Okay, I'm sorry. My stream always disconnects. After I put my Xbox in the insider beta, my stream always disconnects. We talked about this. So this person here is in the beta program, and his stream is always disconnecting. So we told him to get out of the beta program and see if it fixes it. So we said, yeah, of course. So this one here, what happens if you go back to a live version of the Xbox? Live meaning a version that isn't beta. Does the issue resolve itself? He said, I tried putting it back to a regular live version yet. I'm going to try to see how it goes. It's been like this for a while, and it's the only thing I could think that would be causing these streams to end abruptly. Yeah, of course. So with this one, oh, sorry. Okay. By ending abruptly, does it happen at random intervals? Is there an error code that is produced? By the way, I took it out of the beta insider mode and it still did it. I used to be able to stream completely fine. Not sure why it does this now. Appreciate your input, by the way. No error code. It just ends around 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes it doesn't end. Sometimes it'll end after streaming for a decent amount of time. Okay. Then I downscale at 720p to avoid any kind of lag. Mind you, I have a wired connection up to 500 megabits per second. Okay, disconnecting. I notice now when I downscale stream to 480p, the stream does not disconnect, but comes at the behest of the stream looking like I'm playing the SNES. Yeah, 480 people do that to you, bro. It 100% looks like you're playing the SNES. This is annoying the crap out of me. Is this because of this? No, it's not. Oh, it's because of this. No, it's not. I don't know what's causing that, and it's annoying the crap out of me. But I'll fix the shadows in a little bit. I know that's super annoying because it's annoying for me, and I don't even know what's causing it. No, that's not you. It's you, and it's you casting a light. Like, it's like the light's too bright. I'll deal with it later. Okay, so there we go. Gotta get my fill light. So yeah, with this one here, No error code. It just ends at around 20 to 30 minutes. So if you're having an issue with your stream disconnecting, then we're going to have to troubleshoot networking. So what I would say for this one, so what happens if you do a network test? What is it called? Network stability test, I feel like. It's something along those lines. Settings, network settings, network settings. Okay, I'm not gonna remember that. Settings, if you go to settings, network settings, okay, maybe I will remember it. Speed and statistics. Thought that eidetic memory went away from me, but apparently it did not. Oh no, actually it's not eidetic, it's photographic. Network speed and statistics. And run a network test. So what happens if you go to settings, network speed and statistics, and run a network test? What does it show here? Also, think of how I want to do this. Also, what happens if you reboot your router and console? Does the stream perform better? Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't want to go too far into it because there's a couple different ways we can play it, right? We can say, okay, well, let's try to change out the cable. We can say, okay, let's try to reboot the router. We can say, okay, let's try to reboot the console. We can say, let's run the network statistics, but it's too much information. It's an overload of information. So let's just go with this because the main two that we care about is rebooting the router as well as the network settings, network speed and statistics, and see exactly what it's saying there and then go from there. That way we know exactly how much speed he has going into his Xbox because he may have 500 megabits per second for his network speed, but that doesn't mean that that's what his Xbox is pulling. His Xbox may be pulling a much weaker upload speed and he just doesn't know it. And the best way to figure that out is by running the test. Alrighty, Intelligent Store, keep us posted, bro. Keep us posted, bro. Finally, a bag I like to carry my setup in. That is for those of you at home, this bag is literally 1 foot by 1 foot. That's pretty compact. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. 1 foot by it looks like 16 inches. I'm sorry. I'm an American pleb. I'm not sure what that is in computer. What's 16 inches converted to millimeters? Okay, 406 millimeters. So yeah, and then I'm not sure what that is. I guess about 300 millimeters. So 300 to 400 millimeters in length for a computer case. And what's the height on it? So the height on this guy, it's also 300 millimeters. So it's around that point. So he has, okay, so he has space for his headset and all his peripherals. That's pretty dope. And it can fit all of his stuff. And then on the inside, he has a Dan case A4H2O is what that looks like, good sir. And it fits perfectly, which is pretty sweet. I like this bag. I'll take it. How much? I will throw money until I get this bag. Now, okay, to be fair, the Dan case, both of them have really solid backpacks. There are a few that are really good. I have plans on creating videos of the backpacks that you use for them. I tried to do it on my other stream, but it didn't look as well. But now that we have this set up, we can kind of do it a little bit easier. So yeah, there are a lot of really good backpacks for the Dan cases. And yeah, it appears that he has one of them. Oh wow, it fits and there's a lot of space there. That for the Dan case, okay, so this fits the Dan case A4H2O. That also means that it'll fit the Equinix. Equinix images case. I always misspell it. Equinix ZX1, yeah. So it'll fit cases like this. It'll fit, you know, any case that's going to be in this particular size. So, you know, it has quite a bit of space, so it can get pretty wide on you. And let's see, let's go back to it. So yeah, and it has a little bit of room for extra for like keyboards and stuff like that. That is one of the best backpacks I've seen. Good looking out. Good looking out. I love the backpack. Appreciate the link, bro. I have the SFX version and use a backpack that is very similar. Very similar. So what's cool about the A4 SFX, the other version, the baby version of the one that he has, the Encase A4 SFX, is that this guy's case, this guy right here, his case is super tiny. I mean, it's tinier than what he's talking about. His case is actually pretty big. This case here is the case that fits this guy, the sleeve, is super tiny, and it's very lightweight. You can put that guy in your luggage and call it a day. Like, it's really tiny. I would go get it, but it's in another room. But yeah, I really dig what kind of backpacks you can use for your computer bags, because I always want to travel with my desktop. So let me grab his link here. Watch it be an affiliate link. Oh, it's not an affiliate link. What is this? That's just a camera bag. What is his? Comment. This will fit the computer and fits under any plane seat with tons of room to spare. I have to put my mouse and keyboard in my carry-on. The PC case doesn't confidently fit in a lot of backpacks that I've tried, especially with a monitor keyboard headset, since it's on a larger of the ITX cases. For my measurements, yeah, the Dan case H2O, it's pretty big, man. Thanks for the recommendation. Any thoughts on being able to carry this on a plane? Yeah, that's kind of big, man. I'm not sure if they'll let you get away with that on a plane, but some will, because of the size. Like, for example, I have backpacks that are that size, the same length and height that he gave. I have a backpack that'll do that, and they'll let that guy on the plane. So it's a possibility, but it'll be a pain in the butt to carry, because you got to understand, this guy here, even though it's made out of aluminum, it is super dense. So because of that, it'll be a huge pain to carry unless you have some rolling feet or rolling, wheels. And if you have that, then it's okay. But yeah, it's really hard to carry. Trust me, I know. And it becomes a pain in the butt. You really want to put it on something with wheels, because you don't want to carry that around. It'll wear you down over time. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. This is from Doji. Doji writes, can a 4070 and 4080 run 8K gaming with ray tracing while running OBS and Spotify? Hell no. Gotta tell it like it is. I bought a 3090 off NZXT because it would run 8K gaming with Ultra DLSS. It broke, and they might replace it with a 4070 Ti or a 4080. So I was wondering if it can run 8K as well as a 3090. Hell, what? I didn't even know a 3090 can run 8K. I barely knew a 4090 can run 8K. Didn't think a 3090 could run 8K very well, but I don't have an 8K monitor. But if you are rating this on the power of a 3090, then the 4070 Ti is comparable. Oh God, comparable? Oh wow. I'm just gonna give up there. Comparable, comparable. And the 4080 surpasses it. Yeah, the 4070 Ti just trades blows with the 3090. It just straight up trades blows. So yeah, I would say that the 4080 would surpass it. If the 3090 is his barrier to entry, then yeah, the 4070 Ti and the 4080 will both be fine. But I never thought of the 3090 as being an 8K beast, because the 3090 can handle 4K, but like at 60, it's not like it's going to be breaking any records or anything. So I don't know. This is kind of a weird question, but sure, okay, yeah. If you want to run 8K gaming with a 3090, bro, by all means, especially if you only really need like 30 FPS or something. Alrighty, so this one is from Direwolf. Direwolf writes, cheapest headset with simultaneous game and Bluetooth to phone. I have some friends who play on PS4, but a whole lot of us on PC and Xbox use Discord to talk while playing. I know of several headsets that can do simultaneous PlayStation audio and Bluetooth to phone for Discord chat, but all the ones I've seen are $150 plus. Can't think of one off the top of my head, but quick question, are you wanting both Bluetooth to work simultaneously, or just have a channel 1 and a channel 2 for two different Bluetooth signals? Simultaneously wouldn't even have to be Bluetooth, really. That's just what I've seen most have. Just want to have game audio from the PS4 and Discord chat headset mic to phone PC. I have no idea on this. Very unlikely. Darn, do you have any idea if the Discord chat PS5 apparently has it coming to PS4? I keep finding mixed info. Only speculation. Yeah, it must roll it out for both Xbox One series and consoles. Too bad Sony didn't get the follow suit. Yeah, I didn't think that there was one that can actually do that simultaneously, to have Discord and the PS4 chat or the PS4 at the same time. Like, I just don't see that happening. Like, even if you think of devices that can, okay, even Apple products like the AirPods Pros, and they switching between iPhone and iPad, they don't even have the ability to do something like that. It's one or the other, and it always has been one or the other, which is one of the worst features of Apple, in that when you have one application running, you can't run two applications simultaneously and have them both be fed through your AirPods. It won't let you do it. It's one or the other. And unless you're talking about a MacBook Pro. But if we're talking about the iPad or the phone, that's the way it does it. And it's super, super annoying because of that. But even them, with all their technology, they still don't have the ability to do something like that. So I really hope that that's something that comes out to it, because a lot of people do prefer to use Discord over the chat. But you know me, I've given up on chat altogether. So I'll troubleshoot it, but I'm not joining. I'm sorry, but I've had enough people talk about my mama just because they can't play the game. So we're done with that. But yeah, that's what I would say for this one here. Oh, I didn't even reply to him. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sure, but you could take a look at the Corsair HS70. Oh yeah, very unlikely. Yeah, I don't think it's possible. Yeah, I don't think it's possible at this point in time. Yeah, I just don't think it's possible, bro. Okay, so we'll close that one out. All right, let's go ahead and go to the last group here. Okay, we're almost finishing up here. Doing pretty good on time too. All right, so this is from Drac EU. Second M.2 SSD not displaying in File Explorer. Visible in BIOS and disk management options grayed out. We're back to M.2 again. Not displaying in File Explorer. That's fine. Well, I guess it's not exactly fine because it's not in Disk Manager. Oh, it's visible in Disk Manager. Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like you just got to give it a drive letter. Hi, I just built my first PC, and I bought a 1 terabyte M.2 drives. The second drive I can't seem to find in File Explorer. I can see it in the BIOS and in Disk Management, but in Disk Management is marked as drive 0 unallocated. If I right click it, all the options are grayed out except convert to basic MBR disk. Please help. Convert to basic MBR disk? Does anyone have any ideas on how I can resolve this issue, as it's driving me mad? I spent hours and I can't seem to find a solution. MBR? Master boot record? Except convert to basic MBR disk. Well, what happens if you choose that? Well, what happens if you choose that? Okay, let's see what he's talking about. Okay, so he said he has a new PC, so let's assume that he's talking about Windows 11. Windows 11. All right, so Disk Manager, right? Disk Manager. He said, all right, so when he goes to a drive, and I'm not about to wipe a drive, he said it does what? Convert to MVR. Like, that's not even an option. Even if I had unallocated space, I just don't know if that would be an option. It's kind of weird. Okay. All right, so we're not going crazy. Oh, y'all can't see that. I'm so sorry. So yeah, we're not going crazy. There just literally isn't, I don't see his option that he's referring to. Now, I mean, it could be that it's only showing it because I have allocated space and he has unallocated space, but it's still, you know, it's a little iffy there. So let's do this. Well, what happens if you choose that? Does it do anything? You can't break it. There's nothing on it. Does it do anything? You can't break it since there is nothing on it. Well, what happens if you choose that? Does it do anything? You can't break it since there's nothing on it. What if you swap the positions of your NVMe drives? Does the one that is malfunctioning work now? Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't want to add too much to it, because if you swap the locations, it's a possibility that the computer may not boot altogether. So I would rather him just tell me what happens when he tries than me having to explain what you would do in the event that it doesn't boot. You know, I just want to see what happens. So, you know, because that's going to be kind of a lot to explain. I hate this fight. I hate this fight on Cyclone. But yeah, we'll just leave it like that. I don't want to go too far into it because he's kind of new to computers and we don't want to overload him with information. So we'll just go with that and just call it a day. So Drac EU, keep us posted. Yeah, this fight here was awful. I didn't like it. I didn't like a lot of the fights with Cyclone because the Cyclone version of this guy, it's very difficult to try to keep track of everybody. And then they'll do things like they'll all just be following you or certain situations like that, making it very, very difficult. And then, you know, you have to run away or try to protect yourself and they're just beating you down. It's not a good fight for melee. It's like all of their fights are made around ranged in lower levels. But overall, I still think Diablo was a really good experience. All right, so Drac EU, we just replied to. Ooh, look at this. So XSM3 7.5 liter case painted in 2 colors, RAL 7046 and Intel Grade 2, and RAL 5009 Azure Blue. Wow, that is pretty as hell. Oh my God, look at this. Hold on, y'all gotta see this. Good Lord, how mercy, that thing is pretty. And it can fit a 3-slot graphics card? What? Oh my goodness. Where can I buy? They offer some amazing paint jobs. The brand name is Custom Mod. They make small cases in the Ukraine. They offer some amazing paint jobs. Oh, in the Ukraine. Oh, that's gonna take forever to get here. Did you spray paint it in multiple codes or applications? Oh, thanks for the clarification. Didn't take a look at the username. Now it makes total sense. Oh, I didn't take a look at the username either. Yo, that's very clean. I love that. Oh my goodness, let me get purple. I'm so down. How do you order? How do I give you money and then you custom build it? Oh, okay. And you can choose the riser and another. Want to change? Add option. Yeah, I want like purple. How much is it? Okay, so it's about $250 to get something like this with the PCIe Gen 4 riser. Now, to be fair, it looks like it's long enough to fit a 3-slot graphics card, which means that it's gonna be a big boy. So let's see what the size of this guy is. So it says radiator max. So it can also fit a radiator, but video card max length is 215 millimeters. That is super short. That cannot fit 3090 XC3. That guy is 298 millimeters. Okay, so it is quite short. So it's 3-slot, but it's short. It can only accommodate like the 3060s, the single slot fan cards, but it can accommodate any single fan card. So there are some 3-slot single fan cards that are out currently, and it can supply those, but it can't do much of anything for these other ones. But at the same time, if you're traveling with it, you know, I don't think you need more than a 3060 anyway. But this is super clean. Oh, I like the orange. It's like, it's this guy. It's this guy all over again. So yeah, you see, it took the oh, that's cold-blooded. Okay, yeah. See, he called it what did he call it? He called it sky slits or something. It was something like that, sky slits or something like that. But this is the guy that he's actually referring to. See the difference? They're the same thing. So basically it appears that they just copied his build and now they're just marketing it because it's kind of hard to buy these anymore. He used to have a build that allowed you to have a GPU. This one does allow you to have a GPU, but if you look at the back there, it's not really meant to, but you can put a GPU in here in the event of a RTX 84000 can fit in here, but which is a 3060 to be fair, or a kind of a little bit less than a 3060, but basically 3060. So that can fit in here. It's just that it has to be modded. This one is already set to go with any 3060 that you choose that's under 215 millimeters wide. So this one here is going to take the cake when it comes to graphics cards compatibility, whereas this one here will require a little bit more mod work. So it looks like they may have beaten my friend here at his own game, but it's still kind of interesting though. I appreciate the look, but man, this man needs to go ahead and file a lawsuit. Anyone that has those Skyreach slits should I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's still a pretty sweet build, bro. So congratulations to them. Because, I mean, hey, I'll buy it. I'm an equally opportunistic buyer or whatever. Equal opportunity employer. But when it comes to buying mini ITX and SFX cases. But that teal gray, that bad boy is clean. I like the, ooh, look at the background. So he has a reflective surface with a slate background. I like it. And then he has a little bit of light there to show have a little bit more separation from the actual case in the back. I actually do have one of these glass surfaces, so I may actually do something like this. This is pretty sweet. Congrats to him. That is nice. I kind of want one. Okay, let me these are in incognito mode, so I'm gonna have to take this real quick. Let's name custom mods. Okay, here it is. Let me just grab this and put it in my notes. So we may have to come back here later and make a build off of it. Okay, well, that's good information. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Bow. Alrighty, so this is from Squeaky Hamster. Computer keeps freezing when disk usage hits 33%. Oh yeah, I thought this one was kind of weird. So first off, I don't know much about PC tech, so I'm just lost. Every time I download a game on my task manager, the disk usage will go up to 33%, freeze my PC for a few seconds, and then drop down to something more normal. And I said, yeah, it could be a corrupted drive or out of memory, but what are the specs of the PC? Are you using a hard drive or SSD? And also, how long have you had this? Okay, so Mr. Hampshire said, here's an image. He has an RTX 3080, i9 9900, and 32 gigs of RAM, and 165 hertz monitor. This is a very good PC. Okay. Those are the specs for the PC. Don't know where else to see them. And it's an NVMe SSD. I feel like it's recent issue, but it could have been happening for some time without me noticing. I have another NVMe SSD, and when I download games to that one, there is no problem. Ooh, that's not a good sign, bro. Ooh, that's not a good sign, bro. You may need to, okay, if they are the same size, if the NVMEs are the same size, you may want to clone your operating system. He's not gonna know what this means, but I'll say it, then I'll explain it. He's gonna need to clone his operating system to the other NVMe, and he can do that with Macrium Reflect. You may want to clone your operating system to the other NVMe using Macrium Reflect. Reflect, it's free. That's what I would recommend. It sounds like his NVMe may be on its way out the door, but it sounds like your other drive may be on its way out the door. But he said it freezes. Computer keeps freezing when disk usage is 33%. If you just add one program, why would it freeze the entire operating system unless the drive itself is having some problems? So yeah, I think the drive is just not having a good time. He has 32 gigs of RAM, so more than likely he has enough RAM. And if the RAM was the one that was presenting the issue, it would happen in random intervals, and it could not be tracked to something like 33% disk usage. So that worries me that he just straight up has a disk issue. So with that one there, see if he can clone it to the other drive. If he can, then we'll work it. But it sounds like your other drive may be on its way out the door. But yeah, I just don't think that that drive is going to be having a good time if every time that you start to put data on it to a certain extent, it's starting to have problems. So yeah, it doesn't look like this guy has a very long lifespan left ahead of it. But appreciate the specs, bro. That was useful. All right, this is gonna be the last one for today. Oh, let me get ready. Okay, so this is going to be from Swimming Through a Daze. And oh, Lord, it's long. Okay, so we're only going to go until I remember. Locating CMOS in Dell G15 5511. I remember. So he's trying to figure out where the CMOS battery is so he can remove it, because he's having an issue with there's a power light indicator, but his screen is black. So that was the issue that he was having, and he was trying to reset the CMOS battery. And we were like, okay, well, we don't know, nor will anybody in this context know where the CMOS is. Okay, so for this one, I wouldn't know exactly where the CMOS battery is, but quick question. If you replace the 64 gigs with the previous 16 gigs, does the PC boot? If so, I would just boot with the 16 and reset the BIOS through the BIOS, shut it down and change to the 64 gigs to see if it makes a difference. I can't provide a link as tech support would strike my reply, but you can probably Google how to reset the laptop and BIOS for that guy. It didn't work, same problem. Computer powers on, but screen stays completely black. So with this one, did you get a picture if you connect the laptop to an external display, or is it black screen city? Nope, I had tried that to make sure it wasn't a display issue. There was still a completely black screen on the external monitor. Okay, he has 24 comments now. So, I mean, he has a million people. PDF only supports maximum 32 gigs and a 216 configuration. It can now use 32. I have seen multiple people say blah, blah, blah. Manufacturer's own documentation, but it doesn't really matter because even when he was at 16, he still had the problem. Not always blah blah blah. Seems to work alone. Is there anything you know of that I can do to allow the other stick to be used as well? Oh, okay, so he got one of the sticks to work. So we had him try that, but it appears that he know how you make it out. Thank you very much for taking the time to write these suggestions and troubleshooting routes. The other stick isn't working alone still, but I will try disabling overclock and XMP and then trying that stick alone. Okay, assuming the others got it working due to power demand. Okay, sorry, my PC died right before I started the tech support stream, but it appears you were able to get the 16 gigs of RAM working. As others have said, this sounds like a limitation, but I would update the BIOS just to be on the safe side. Let us know how the removal of the XMP profile affects the other stick. Okay, so yeah, it appears that in the time, okay, well, this was some days ago. So it appears that in this time, a lot of people have already replied to him. So I'm glad he was able to get some help outside of what we said. But in what we said, we actually did tell him to go with the 16 gigs to see if it's working. And he ended up doing that, which means that we got an assist. Yes, Luca, drop that dime, Luca. You go, Luca. So we at least got an assist out of it. So I'll take it. So no W's, but a whole lot of assist trophies. We had like 5. You know, I mean, that's a pretty good night. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world. We don't have any W's, but at least we don't have any L's, so I'll take that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there, and that is going to be our last ticket for today. And if you like this video, go ahead and like button. If you really like it, go ahead and subscribe. I love you either way. Take care, all the best, and bye. Today's Thursday, right? Is today Thursday? Hold on. If today is Thursday, then I will see you on Monday. Yes. Today is Thursday. I will see you on Monday. I hope everybody has a good day and peace.